Hello everyone, welcome to Tesla Daily News. Today is May 24th Sunday, and the following is the latest Tesla news. According to IB Times Australia, Tesla shares closed at $426.01 on May 22nd, up 1.95% for the session, with trading volume above 45 million shares. The report frames Tesla as a stock still moving around three major themes: first quarter earnings, the Robotaxi roadmap, and investor expectations for full self-driving expansion. For stock investors, this is the most important Tesla-related item in today's news flow because it connects the company's financial performance with the long-term autonomy story that continues to support much of Tesla's valuation. IB Times Australia reports that Tesla's first quarter 2026 revenue reached $22.39 billion, up 16% year-over-year. Automotive revenue was listed at $16.2 billion. GAAP net income came in at $477 million, or 13 cents per share, while non-GAAP earnings per share were 41 cents, above analyst estimates of 30 cents. Production for the quarter totaled 408,386 vehicles, with deliveries of 358,023 vehicles. Energy storage deployment reached 8.8 gigawatt-hours. For investors, the key point is not only that Tesla beat non-GAAP earnings expectations, but also that the company is still being evaluated as more than a traditional carmaker. Vehicle deliveries matter, automotive revenue matters, and margins matter, but the market is also watching whether Tesla can convert autonomy, energy storage, and AI infrastructure spending into durable future revenue. That is why the stock can remain volatile even when the company reports positive figures. Tesla is priced partly on current results and partly on expectations that its software and robotics businesses could eventually become much larger contributors. The same report says analysts had a hold consensus rating on Tesla as of May 2026, with an average 12-month price target around $395 to $406. Individual targets reportedly ranged from a very low $24.86 to a high of $600. That wide range says a lot about Tesla as an investment. Both continue to look at robotaxis, full self-driving, energy storage, and Optimus as long-term growth engines. Bears or more cautious analysts focus on valuation, regulatory risk, competition in electric vehicles, and the uncertainty of monetizing autonomous driving at scale. IB Times Australia also mentions that Tesla has expanded unsupervised full self-driving operations in Texas cities. Elon Musk reportedly said the company expects broader deployment of vehicles without safety monitors across additional U.S. markets by the end of 2022. The report also points to the Cybertruck Robotaxi platform, where production timelines and regulatory approvals remain central questions. For Tesla enthusiasts, this is one of the biggest storylines of the year. The transition from supervised driver assistance to unsupervised autonomy is not just a software update, it is a potential shift in how Tesla vehicles are used and valued. If Tesla can make robotaxi service reliable, safe, and legally approved across multiple regions, then the ownership model for a Tesla could change. A vehicle could become not only transportation, but also a revenue-generating asset. However, the timeline depends on performance, regulators, public acceptance, insurance structures, and the company's ability to scale operations without compromising safety. The report also notes that Tesla ended the first quarter with positive free cash flow, while capital expenditures remain elevated because of investments in AI infrastructure, manufacturing expansion, and energy storage. That trade-off is important. Higher capital spending can pressure near-term financials, but if it accelerates autonomy and energy growth, it may strengthen the long-term story. Investors will be watching whether Tesla can balance vehicle affordability, margin improvement, and heavy investment in future platforms. Tesla shares have traded in a 52-week range of about $273 to $498, according to the report. The stock reached an all-time high closing price of $489.88 in December 2025, but trading in 2026 has remained volatile. This volatility is likely to continue as investors react to every update on full self-driving, robotaxi commercialization, energy storage deployment, lower-cost vehicle variants, and global electric vehicle demand. The main investor takeaway from this report is that Tesla's near-term numbers appear solid enough to keep the company in the conversation, but the stock's direction will likely depend on execution. The market wants evidence that robotaxi services can move from limited demonstrations and controlled deployments into a commercial network. It also wants evidence that energy storage growth can remain strong and that Tesla can defend vehicle margins in a more competitive global EV market. According to NDTV Profit and the Free Press Journal, Tesla is preparing to establish a sales and service center in Hyderabad, India. These reports cover the same core event, so we are combining them. Telangana officials said Tesla India representatives expressed interest in launching operations in Hyderabad during a meeting with Telangana IT and Industries Minister D. Sridhar Babu. The state government described the move as part of Tesla's broader sales and service expansion in India. For investors, India remains one of the most important long-term auto markets in the world. It is price-sensitive, highly competitive, and structurally different from Tesla's more mature markets, but it also has enormous growth potential. A sales and service center is not the same as a factory, and it does not immediately change Tesla's production economics. Still, it is a meaningful step because retail presence and after-sales support are necessary before Tesla can build real customer trust in a new market. NDTV Profit reports that Minister Sridhar Babu highlighted Telangana's electric vehicle ecosystem, intelligent mobility systems, semiconductor design strength, automobile software capability, electronics engineering, and deep technology sectors. He reportedly congratulated Tesla India General Manager Sharad Agarwal and Public Policy and Business Development Lead Rajat for choosing Hyderabad as the next destination for Tesla's sales and service expansion in India. The Free Press Journal adds that the planned Hyderabad facility would support vehicle sales, servicing, and customer support operations. That detail matters. Tesla's ownership experience depends heavily on service access, parts availability, delivery operations, and customer education. In a market like India, where premium EV adoption is still developing, service infrastructure may be just as important as showroom visibility. For Tesla enthusiasts in India, the Hyderabad development suggests that Tesla is moving from brand awareness toward an actual operating footprint. The reports indicate that Hyderabad was selected after Tesla established 4 showrooms in other parts of the country. If Tesla continues adding locations, the company could gradually create the service network needed to support higher sales volumes. For investors, the question is how quickly Tesla can move from premium early adopter demand to a broader market opportunity. India's auto market has huge scale, but affordability is central. Tesla's current global lineup is generally positioned as premium relative to the Indian mass market. That means Tesla's India strategy may initially focus on brand building, urban premium buyers, fleet interest, and technology positioning. Over time, lower cost variants, local partnerships, charging infrastructure, and policy incentives could determine whether Tesla becomes a niche premium player or a larger EV participant in India. The Telangana government also invited Tesla to explore ancillary industries related to the company in the state and promised support for technology and industrial sector investments. That is worth watching. Many countries and regions want Tesla not only as a seller of vehicles, but as an anchor for wider investment in software, batteries, charging, supply chains, and advanced manufacturing. If Tesla's India presence expands from retail and service into deeper industrial activity, the investment story becomes more significant. For now, the Hyderabad news is best seen as a strategic market expansion signal. It does not instantly change Tesla's global revenue picture, but it shows continued movement in a market that investors have watched for years. A stronger India footprint could help Tesla diversify geographically and build a long-term position in one of the world's most important growth economies. According to Sofia in Turkey, Tesla has officially announced a new subscription model for full self-driving in the Turkish market. As of May 21, 2026, the report says FSD in Turkey will be available only through a monthly subscription, and the previous one-time purchase option has been removed. The monthly price is listed at 4,990 Turkish lira. Existing customers who previously purchased Enhanced Autopilot can reportedly subscribe to FSD at a reduced monthly rate of 2,495 Turkish lira. For Tesla owners and enthusiasts, this is a major product and pricing change. The one-time purchase model gave customers the feeling that they were buying a permanent software capability tied to the vehicle. A subscription model changes the psychology. It lowers the upfront cost, but it also turns the feature into a recurring expense. Some customers may prefer that flexibility, especially if they are unsure whether they will use FSD frequently. Others may dislike losing the ability to make a one-time purchase and keep the feature without ongoing monthly payments. From an investor perspective, subscription pricing is important because it can create recurring software revenue. Tesla has long been viewed as a company with the potential to generate high-margin software income from its installed vehicle base. If more regions move toward monthly FSD subscriptions, Tesla may be trying to increase adoption by reducing the upfront barrier. Instead of asking customers to pay a large amount immediately, Tesla can encourage more owners to try the system, subscribe when useful, and potentially remain subscribed over time. Sosco also reports that Tesla's enhanced autopilot package is no longer available for sale in Turkey. Previously, owners could choose between standard autopilot, enhanced autopilot, and full self-driving. The new structure reportedly simplifies the options to standard autopilot and FSD subscription. This simplification may make the product lineup easier to understand, but it could also disappoint customers who wanted a middle-tier package. The report emphasizes an important limitation: full self-driving is not yet fully active in Turkey. Even if customers pay for the subscription, they may not immediately receive all the autonomous driving features implied by the name. The system depends on software readiness and approval from Turkish regulatory authorities. That is a crucial reminder for customers. Paying for FSD access does not necessarily mean receiving full autonomous capability immediately, especially in markets where regulatory approval and localization are still in progress. For enthusiasts, the Turkish FSD subscription news fits into a broader global pattern. Tesla is adjusting how it sells software in different markets, and the approach may vary depending on regulation, feature availability, and customer demand. In Europe and surrounding markets, regulations can be more restrictive than in parts of the United States. As a result, Tesla may need to offer features gradually, change product bundles, or adapt pricing to reflect what is actually usable in each region. For investors, the key question is whether subscription pricing increases the number of paying FSD users. A high one-time price can produce immediate revenue from a smaller group of buyers. A subscription can generate steadier recurring revenue from a potentially larger group, but it also creates churn risk. Customers can cancel if the perceived value is not strong enough. In a market where FSD is not fully active, Tesla will need to manage expectations carefully. If customers pay for a feature and feel they are not receiving enough functionality, it could create frustration. If Tesla successfully improves features over time, subscription revenue could grow as capability expands. This Turkish pricing change is also relevant because it gives observers another data point for Tesla's international software strategy. The company may be testing where subscriptions work best, how much customers are willing to pay, and whether reduced pricing for previous enhanced autopilot buyers helps transition older customers into the new model. For now, the news is a clear sign that Tesla continues to treat software as a central part of its business model, not just an optional vehicle feature. According to FSD in Bulgaria, Tesla appears to be moving closer to opening its first official showroom in Sofia. The report says Tesla has posted 4 full-time job openings in the Bulgarian capital on its own website. The positions are customer experience specialist, sales advisor, delivery advisor, and store manager. For Bulgaria, where Tesla has not had an official presence for many years, this is a notable development. For Tesla enthusiasts in Bulgaria, this may be one of the most welcome pieces of local Tesla news in a long time. The report notes that there have been complaints from owners, future owners, and critics about the lack of an official Tesla representative in the country. Without an official showroom and support network, customers often face more complicated delivery, service, and communication processes. The local store can improve the ownership experience, increase brand confidence, and make Tesla feel more accessible. The job descriptions mentioned in the report suggest that Tesla is preparing for customer-facing operations rather than only a limited administrative office. A customer experience specialist would help customers receiving new vehicles and answer questions about their cars. A sales advisor would guide potential buyers through the process of learning about Tesla products and making purchase decisions. A delivery advisor would manage the customer delivery journey. A store manager would oversee the location, team performance, operations, and customer experience. From an investor perspective, Bulgaria is not likely to be a major volume market compared with the United States, China, Germany, or India. However, the significance is geographic coverage. Tesla's brand benefits when customers across Europe can access direct sales, delivery support, service coordination, and official communication. Small markets can contribute to overall regional strength, especially when supported by charging infrastructure. The FSD report also notes that several Tesla charging stations have appeared in Bulgaria. Charging infrastructure and retail presence reinforce each other. A showroom without charging support can limit customer confidence. Charging infrastructure without local sales and service can leave potential buyers hesitant. When both develop together, Tesla can create a more complete ecosystem. For enthusiasts, an official Sofia showroom would also mean easier test drives, better education about Tesla ownership, and potentially smoother vehicle delivery. It could help bring more people into the Tesla ecosystem, especially those who were interested but reluctant because of service uncertainty. In countries where Tesla is still building official infrastructure, the first showroom often has symbolic importance. It signals that the company sees the market as worth supporting directly. For investors, this is a modest but positive expansion signal. It shows Tesla continuing to fill gaps in its European footprint. The company's long-term global strategy depends not only on headline markets, but on creating a network effect of stores, service centers, charging sites, and software support across many regions. Bulgaria may not change the financial model by itself, but it contributes to the broader European ownership ecosystem. The article does not provide a confirmed opening date for the showroom. The job postings indicate preparation, but the timeline remains uncertain. Investors and fans should watch for additional official announcements, location confirmation, service details, and delivery plans. If Tesla follows through, Sofia could become the company's first official retail foothold in Bulgaria. According to Gießener Allgemeine in Germany, a Tesla Cybertruck owner in Texas drove his vehicle into Grapevine Lake after apparently misunderstanding the vehicle's Wade Mode function. The report says the driver admitted to police that he intentionally drove into the lake to test the feature. The Cybertruck became disabled and filled with water, and firefighters had to help recover it. The driver and passengers were able to leave the vehicle, and the driver was reportedly arrested. For Tesla enthusiasts, this story is partly bizarre and partly educational. Wade Mode is a real Cybertruck feature, but it is not a submarine mode and it is not designed for deep lake driving. The report cites the Cybertruck manual, saying the feature is intended for crossing water such as rivers or streams within specific limits. The article states the maximum water depth is 82 centimeters, measured from the bottom of the tire, and the recommended speed is 2 to 5 kilometers per hour. The mode must be manually activated through the off-road app. It raises ground clearance to the highest setting and increases pressure in the high-voltage battery pack to help protect against water and debris intrusion. The article also notes that Wade Mode remains active for a maximum of 30 minutes and that Tesla tells drivers they are responsible for checking water depth before entering. Water damage is not covered by warranty. That is the key point for owners. Advanced vehicle features do not remove driver responsibility. Tesla may provide tools for specific conditions, but those tools have limits. For investors, the story is not financially material by itself, but it does touch on brand perception and product education. Tesla vehicles often attract attention because of unusual capabilities, strong performance, and bold marketing. The Cybertruck, in particular, has a rugged image. When owners misunderstand a feature or push a vehicle beyond its intended use, the resulting viral stories can shape public perception. Some readers may blame the driver, others may question whether feature names and marketing create unrealistic expectations. The police reportedly warned that just because a vehicle may technically cross water does not mean doing so is legal or safe. That is a useful reminder for all off-road vehicle owners. Water crossings can be dangerous because depth, current, underwater obstacles, mud, and traction can change quickly. Electric vehicles add additional complexity because high-voltage systems, seals, and battery protection are engineered for defined conditions, not unlimited immersion. The Gießener Allgemeine report also points to social media reactions under the Grapevine Police Department's Facebook post, where users joked about putting the vehicle in rice, needing a submarine mode, and pretending to be James Bond. Those reactions show how quickly Tesla incidents become internet culture. A single mistake involving a Tesla can travel globally because the brand is already highly visible. For Tesla fans, the practical lesson is simple: read the manual, understand the limits, and do not treat a capability as unlimited just because it has a catchy name. For investors, the broader lesson is that Tesla's customer education matters, especially as vehicles become more software-defined and feature-rich. Functions like autopilot, full self-driving, track mode, camp mode, sentry mode, and Wade Mode are powerful, but names can be misinterpreted. Clear communication helps reduce misuse, accidents, and negative headlines. According to the Journal de Montreal, a man suspected by authorities of sexually assaulting multiple victims, including minors, may have been identified in part because of his Tesla. The report says the suspect, 25-year-old Xavier Rihel, was arrested by the Sûreté du Québec. Authorities fear he may be a serial offender. The article states that 5 alleged victims have been identified so far, including 4 minors. This is a serious criminal case, and the Tesla-related element is not about product performance or sales. It is about vehicle data, visibility, and how modern connected cars can become part of investigations. According to the report, the suspect's black matte Tesla Model 3 stood out in the area, and nearby commercial camera footage helped investigators. The article also says the technology in the vehicle may have helped police learn more about its navigation history. For Tesla owners and enthusiasts, this raises an important issue. Modern vehicles can generate and store meaningful data. Navigation history, location-related information, camera footage, connectivity logs, and other digital traces can be relevant in investigations, insurance disputes, theft recovery, and security events. Tesla vehicles are among the most software-connected cars on the road, which can be beneficial for safety and security, but it also raises privacy questions. In this case, the report describes vehicle technology as helping investigators in a serious criminal matter. Many people will see that as a positive use of connected car data. If digital evidence helps identify a suspect and protect potential victims, that is socially valuable. At the same time, the story reminds owners that cars are no longer purely mechanical machines. They are computers on wheels, and their data can matter. For investors, the direct financial impact of this story is minimal. However, the broader theme is relevant to the entire auto industry. As vehicles become more connected and autonomous, data governance becomes more important. Companies like Tesla must balance safety, law enforcement requests, customer privacy, cybersecurity, and regulatory compliance. Public trust will depend on how clearly automakers explain what data is collected, how it is stored, when it is shared, and how customers can manage their information. The Journal de Montreal reports that authorities searched residences in Boucherville and Saint-Jérôme and seized computer equipment. The suspect is currently detained and expected to return to court. Police have also asked potential victims to come forward. Because this is an active legal matter, it is important to remember that allegations must be handled through the justice system. For Tesla listeners, the takeaway is not about the suspect's vehicle brand alone. It is about the growing role of connected vehicle technology in everyday life. The same systems that can help with navigation, safety, charging, theft prevention, and convenience can also create evidence trails. As vehicles become smarter, the public conversation around data rights and responsible use will only become more important. Thank you for listening to Tesla Daily News. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and stay tuned for the next update.